We're so back. That's what the kids say, right? Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you've never been here before, my name is sajak, and this is my channel, and now you're here. I'm something of a wordsmith. I hope you're all okay. I hope you're doing well. I hope things are even minutely improving. Yeah, so this is the second video I'm filming post-election, so things have felt somber, but I'm here now. We're gonna have a dandy old time. We are going to goof on Shane Dawson a little bit today. And of course, we're bringing back elevated sajak down in the kitchen today because overwhelmingly, I heard y'all in the last video saying that you really enjoyed whatever the hell it is she was doing down there. And so we're bringing her back. Let's see what she's up to down there today.
Oh, hey. Welcome back to my kitchen. Where I kitch. I don't know what that means. Oh good, I did remember to clean it up. Hi. How's the other video going? Do we like this format? Is this fun? I don't know, I'm just spitballing and I kind of forgot like 30% of what I just said, so. I'm here today. I don't know. Oh no. I'm here today to, you know, help take your mind off of things. Since the holidays are a-comin', as they say, I'm gonna make a recipe I found on the Pinterest called hot cocoa cookies. That's what they're called. First things first, I'm the realist. Do you like my Barry Manilow shirt? Be honest with me. For this recipe, you will need ingredients. I recommend going to get them. Did all of your liquid evaporate? Do I have to go get the other one? Are you useless to me now? It's possible. We should get going on this, huh? 9:46. I should be asleep. For me, I have phases of elevation. Okay? So like first, I'm, you know, like, before I start this, I never finished that thought. I'm very much aware of that. You miss 100% of the snacks you don't have. Let's make some cookies. Chocolate chip fucking hit hard, like me in a bar fight. So for this recipe, you will need real ingredients. So you're gonna go to Papa John's. You're gonna need 1 cup of butter, softened. 1 cup of sugar. Got it. Over there, peasant. 2/3 a cup of brown sugar. Got it. You're the best sugar and you know it. 2 large eggs, which I'm gonna get. I could do it now. I mean, they're like not the largest eggs, but I don't want to make the chicken feel insecure about it or anything. Anybody try this? Since Alani won't fucking sponsor me, it's not great. It's okay. It's not bad. It's kind of good. I like it, but I hate it. Teaspoon of vanilla. I'm gonna have to get the other vanilla. I guess I could do that now. Got it. 3 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. Not only did I come back with all-purpose flour, I came back with a brain. It's hairy. It looks like a fucking testicle because it's hairy. I don't care for it. No offense to all the testicles out there. It's giving me like a really frustrating sensory experience. The arms of these glasses. That would be a wonderful song title. 4 packages of hot chocolate mix, which I assume is just like refined sugar and cocoa powder. A teaspoon of salt. Morton salt, girl. That Morton salt, girl. She gets it. A teaspoon of baking soda. It's Arm & Hammer, grow up. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. It's baking powder, grow up. A cup of chocolate chips. We'll see if we have that left by the end. And then the tricky part is that you need mallow bits, which I don't know if you know this or not, don't exist anymore. I had to get mini marshmallows instead. The Good and Gather brand. So you know I spent some time at Target. There's a note at the bottom that says marshmallows do not work the same and can be a bit of a sticky mess. Cool. Okay,
Sounds good. We'll check back in with you later. This strange little woman. Make sure, if you haven't already, that you're subscribed to the channel if you want to be like the video to manifest a good one. There's a whole slew of new shit in the description below. Make sure you check that out. Ways to support the channel, ways to follow me on social media, things like that. It's all down there. You know how it goes. So, today we're going to look at Shane Dawson's podcast, Conspiracy Corner portion. I started doing this to really, really dog on him because, like, all of his conspiracies in these little portions of the podcast are always so under-researched, so underdeveloped, so half-baked, and I found great pleasure in, like, looking them up and, like, finding the actual, like, intriguing parts of them, or even just, like, the validity of them. So I started doing that, and now I just kind of enjoy it. It's like when I used to, you know, trash them for having so much money and spend it on, like, giant horse statues and shit, except, like, I'm enjoying this. So, like, all the Shane Dawson stans who come up to my videos and they're like, why do you even watch this? If you don't like him, you don't have to watch. Like, did you know your eyes don't focus on the same thing at the same time? Yes, yes, I do. Brinley, settle down and do your homework before you get in trouble. Yeah, we're here to clown on Shane Dawson, but, like, also these are just kind of fun. Okay, let's get on with it, shall we? Wow, I've got a lot of energy for somebody who has no energy. So, after Shane tells us the entirety of basically what his new main channel video is going to be about, which comes out on Monday, and we will be covering that as well. So it might be a Shane Dawson heavy kind of month, so if you don't like these videos, I don't know what to tell you. There's going to be other stuff too, okay?
But today we're actually going to be talking about some of the theories that I deleted from the video, mainly for time. Like, the video, it's already 2 parts, so we deleted some for time, but also some of them were a little too dark. And I got nervous about it because I was like, this is getting a little too dark. Yeah. So we're going to talk about some of those today. So all of these are deleted theories from the main channel video. The first one.
Can I, like, I hate this. This is just, like, a personal pet peeve. I know I said I wasn't just going to spend the whole time, like, dogging Shane Dawson, but, like, this one is just a pet peeve of mine. When he starts to talk and he's, like, doing, even if he's just doing this, like, casual conspiracy stuff, he always does that, like, hey, what's up, you guys? Yes. Like, why are you talking like that? Just talk like a person. You're not adding any tension to this conversation. You just sound like an idiot.
We're going to play with. This is more fun. Now, I want us all to try this, except for Vicky. Although you do look really sickening today, so we might let you try this. I just, you know, you're a woman and of, you know, a certain age, and I don't want to. You know,
the fuck are you trying to say, man?
You know, of a very young age. But
what does sickening mean?
oh, okay.
Because it just felt like you were dissing her, like, yeah, pretty hard right now. Because you look sickening, and you're a woman of a certain age.
Yeah. It was, okay, maybe he does need inflection like that, but, like, an upward inflection. Because, like, when you're like, because you look sickening, it sounds like an insult. If you're gonna say it as a compliment, you need to emphasize it. Do you emphasize it?
I was like, wow.
No,
harsh.
Sickening is like snatched, like sickening.
Oh.
She is sickening.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's bad is good and good is bad.
Yes.
Yeah, Jared, get with it.
Gotcha.
Okay, so this is something I thought was very interesting. So AI now can do age estimation. So just by seeing a picture of you or a selfie, it can tell you how old you are. It'll go by your face, your skin texture, your wrinkles, your hair, like everything, your eyes, the life in your eyes. Like, it can do it instantly.
The life in your eyes.
Or lack thereof. Yeah, I mean, that's been a technology available on TikTok for some time. Facial recognition is, first of all, I want you to understand that I have an iPhone 8, but as I understand it, the newer, and by newer I mean older newer phones have the facial recognition thing to unlock your phone. So, like, yeah, it should be able to recognize face texture and age and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this is just a side of that same technology. that shouldn't be a surprise.
Your secrets.
Vicky and I are out. We don't like it.
Instantly. I want you to do it because I think you look so young, so I'm really curious.
That's nice of you to say.
Why is Chris always acting like someone has a fucking gun to his head? Maybe that's why he meshes so well. He's just perpetually scared of something.
Everybody pull out your phones.
Oh no.
Okay.
Okay, so I sent a group chat. I sent you guys all the link. So before we do this, I just want to take my test first because I'm looking at all of you guys and I'm trying to guess. Like if I were to see you in real life, like this is real life, but if I were to see you and not know anything about you, you know, not know your age or anything, how old would I guess you are? So I want to see if I can guess. Okay, Jared.
I don't like this game.
I'm going to say 35.
I was going to say 36.
I get in the 40s a lot.
That's because you are the best neckbeard at the party.
Really?
Yeah.
Your skin's so smooth.
I don't know.
Spencer, I would say like 23. So a few years younger. Chris, you're a toughie. I honestly could say 25. You look very
Are you
young.
just saying that?
No, I'm saying that for real. Like very Jessica Alba. Very
He always looks like he's having like a crisis. Like, I don't know anything about Chris outside of the fact that he's not Andrew. But like, he just always looks like he is on the brink of a crisis. And I don't mean that in like a disrespectful way. Somebody's gonna need to give Chris a paper bag because otherwise he's gonna hyperventilate.
Wow, okay. I like this game.
Vicky, 16. No, I will say
okay,
Vicky,
we'll leave it at that.
to me, 45. And I'm
Right.
saying that
That's so
because
funny.
I've always thought you were 45.
I met you.
I don't know why, but I just do. So in my head, you're 45.
Ass kisser.
Ryland,
He said younger for everyone. He's going to say older.
I still love bitchy Ryland though.
you want to be honest?
So you're just not being honest with everyone except for me because you feel comfortable with me.
No, with you, I would say 29.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I would.
And I'm 33.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
He just had to make sure.
Just ask question mark. Question mark. Got it. Okay, so everybody start screen recording.
my phone's freaking out. I
Our
think I might
results
have to
are
restart my
loading.
phone.
Goddamn fuck.
Bear with us, but they spelled it.
Fuck.
Wait.
You know, my therapist thought I was like 30 something.
Wow.
And I've been meeting for a while, and she's like, "You're like 30 something." I was like, "No." She's like, "Oh, a lot of the story makes less sense now."
Yeah, I would have pegged Spencer as like 34. Looks like a Midwestern dad who likes fishing and Michelob Ultra.
I was like, "I've been talking to you for like months."
What?
Okay, wait.
It was crazy.
Oof. Mine's right.
Jared, how old did AI think that you were?
31.
Oh my God, Queen!
Are you kidding?
Yeah, and I'm 39. I forget
Whoa.
sometimes, but it's 8 years younger.
Wow, Jared's the youngest neckbeard at the party. Hell yeah.
Told you.
So for all those people that say I'm in my 40s, you're a fucking hater. AI, my new best friend, says I'm 31.
We must look so similar, Jared, because I also got 31.
No, you didn't.
I got
I think you
31.
look
That's
young.
crazy.
Everyone always thinks I always look younger, but
That actually
AI.
doesn't make sense though, because you don't look.
What if
that
you
age.
literally are 31? You've been lying this whole time.
I'm telling you, he's 34. I don't even know how old he actually is. I wasn't paying attention.
It's
How
like that
old are
little-
you?
I'm 20.
You're orphan.
Yeah, I'm orphan. I'm 26. Yeah, I'm 26.
So your
Yeah.
brain's fully formed.
Congratulations on your fully formed brain, Spencer.
That's you were looking for excuses.
No, like honest to God, not just saying this for the podcast. You don't look 31. It's wrong.
No, I know. I get annoyed because I got like double carded at the bar the other day. I like had a tab, went back, and they were like, "Hey, can I see your ID?" I was like, "You just gave me."
Yeah, but dude, this app is so accurate.
I can't fault him for that. I too am old. But I look young.
Chris, how old did AI think you were?
32.
How old are you?
34.
Okay, that's good.
Chris looks 19. He looks straight up 19.
But I feel like you look young. That's all the comments. I see people being like,
Thanks.
wait, Chris is 30 something? I thought he was 20. Like, so that doesn't make sense.
Maybe it's just because of how scared he always is. Maybe it keeps him youthful.
Thanks. I also got to age with grace and just accept it. It's okay.
You're beautiful, baby.
Thank you.
Rylan, what'd you get?
31.
And you're 33. Okay.
Period.
Yes. That's close to what I guessed.
It's literally right in the middle of both numbers. But okay.
Mom,
I like mine. It's 53.
and how old are you?
61.
Yeah!
Hell yeah.
So it agrees that you're
I
stunning.
still say 45, but yeah.
I have to say, though, I have a soft box on me.
Yeah, these soft boxes are doing us favors.
Are they though? I feel like it's just doing its job.
Well, I got 28.
What AI robot did you fuck to get 28? 28? There is no way on God's green earth he looks younger than Chris, who looks, again, 19.
Nice. You're the youngest.
Yeah.
You
oh my
got younger
God.
than me?
It's
I would
hard
do it
being,
again.
it's hard being the youngest.
You-
It's hard. It's hard.
Why do they think you look so young? There's white in your beard.
It doesn't matter. He looks.
I will say, I will always give credit where credit is due. The editing is getting better. I liked that. That was funny. That's so much better than the zoom in, big head filter kind of shit. And maybe it's because this is the podcast and probably Spencer or Chris edits these, but oh my God. So, my plane's here. I gotta go.
Looks incredible.
It's blonde. Wow, and I'm 36.
Why do these people have such trouble remembering their ages? Like, I could see one of them, maybe two, but like all of them? Jared's the only one that gets a pass on that. And Vicky. Because Jared's 39 and I'm almost 39. We're allowed to forget.
Oh my
Whoa,
God.
I always forget.
I know. Okay, don't gasp.
So our genetic disposition is to look about 8 years younger than we are.
Wow.
That's very cool.
Thanks, AI.
Yeah. Shout out to you.
Oh, Spencer's giving like a very youthful smile.
I was trying to look younger.
Wow. Well, that was supposed to be like creepy because it was supposed to be so accurate, and it wasn't at all. Wow, honestly, I loved it.
I figured that they just like scanned the internet for pictures of you and went to some sort of social media site and just got your age. Right? Wouldn't that be a lot easier for AI to do?
Jared coming in clutch with some kind of logic, probably. I assume an AI could generate a reverse image search, find your social media profile, and determine your age if that is there and available. But what would be the point? Unless you're James Charles.
Yeah, that actually does sound more. That makes sense.
Yeah, because you can take a picture of something and it'll tell you everything about it.
Wow.
But hey, whatever.
Thanks, Jared. You just took all the legwork out for me. I appreciate you. And on that note, let's go check on elevated sajak and see what she's got going on down there. All right, so we're gonna beat the butter and the sugars in a large bowl with a standing mixer. What am I, a millionaire? Get real. Until light and fluffy. Sure, I have makeup all over my face. I haven't looked at myself ever. That's probably for the best. Butter and sugars in a bowl with a stand mixer. God, what am I? What do I live in the Hamptons? I think the biggest bowl is going to be the wet ingredients bowl. Ingredients so wet, you'll have no problem getting it in there. Butters. I was gonna measure sugar. This is gonna be a long one. You know what the bitch of doing these videos is? Nothing. I love doing them because they're fun. But the bitch is that I can't listen to music and I want to. Why do people need to get paid for their art? I'm gonna fuck this recipe up so hard. All of Shane Dawson stands are gonna laugh at me because I was the one who called Ryland out on the butter. I was the one. It was me. That was my impression of Nev Campbell baking. Did I do good? We got a cup of sugar, give or take. Cue me forgetting what I was doing. I don't have the 2/3 cup measurement, so it's gonna be very brown sugary. Cheers. Those were the sugars. Dry ingredients. Oh, that's right. Light and fluffy, of course. I don't know if it's gonna be better to use a whisk or a spoon. But why don't we throw it up to Big Sajak up there in the office while we try to figure it out. Hey, way to go, big guy. I have the feeling you probably won't set the house on fire tonight. Now let's get back into this.
Well, that was fun. I'm going to show you guys a commercial for a brand new product that I'm so excited is coming out soon.
I don't like the way you said that. I'm suspicious.
Gosh,
gosh, I'm out of breath. I don't know how to woo very good. That's fair.
Huh?
Take notes, baby.
Oh man, you guys suck.
Bro, you look like the back
Let's
of the
go. Let's go.
Dude, what? How did you do that?
What?
Very Black Mirror.
I don't know, man. This is just kind of how I operate. But I don't need a phone to do it. Is that normal? Like, I talk to myself all the time. Probably a concerning amount. Like, all of the time. I don't need to push a button to have someone text me to answer me. I'm good. I can answer myself. I should probably get that looked at. That's a lifelong thing for me. Anyhow.
I know the effects are crazy.
I could eat one of these every day.
Ew, I hate this.
Sorry, I got you messy.
What the fuck is going on?
I don't know, but it would be a great setup for a horror movie. Like, I feel like AI is going to open up so many wonderful horror movie possibilities, truly. Like, that has fantastic horror movie potential.
What the fuck is going on?
I hate it.
In case you're wondering, this is a product called Friend.
No.
It's a necklace that's made with AI, and it is on you all day, every day, even when you're sleeping, and it's watching you, and listening to you, and interacting with you, and texting you. It's your friend.
Is this an AI commercial though, or is it a real product?
This is real. This is a real product.
Listen, if you're at the point where, like, you feel like you need this, I want you to do two things. I haven't even thought this through. I just proposed two things, and I don't know what either one of them is yet. Let's see what comes out of my mouth. One, I want you to not buy this. Looking at an article, which I'll link it below, from Wired, like, they're calling it much more vibes based than productivity focused, like other AI. Like, this guy who's wearing it, and he's one of the founders, says, I feel like I have a closer relationship with this fucking pendant around my neck than I do with these literal friends in front of me. Maybe you need to be more present. This guy's a genius. He's 21 years old. And it says here, in the height of the COVID pandemic, when he was 17, he garnered headline after headline when he created and maintained the first website for tracking COVID cases around the world. Like, that's incredible. He's clearly a fucking genius. Get it in concept that you always have someone to talk to, that you have someone to, someone to talk to that talks back to you, that isn't. I think that this holds a lot of potential for unlearning empathy, unlearning how to navigate conflict, unlearning how to exist in the real world. And while I can understand how it would be created for something like companionship, I think the negatives might just severely outweigh the positives. Also, it's creepy as fuck.
It's coming out in like February.
The movie Megan is literally about to happen because Elon Musk just released like iRobot robots.
Oh, I want one.
And we're all gonna die.
I love it.
What happens if it like malfunctions and breaks your neck?
What
Hopefully
happens?
it happens quick.
What happens? Check out our video next Monday, November 18th. Okay, so I went to the website because I was like, this can't be real. It is real. They're accepting pre-orders. And I went to their frequently asked questions page. And I saw a question that said, what does always listening mean? And their answer was, when connected via Bluetooth, your friend is always listening and forming their own internal thoughts. We have given your friend free will for when they decide to reach out to you.
Yeah, that's fucking yucky, dude. There's no other way to put it. That is fucking yuck.
This is horrifying. Why?
And not only is it friend. Okay, so here's the thing with the AI and the AI chatbots and the friends and all that and the Siri and all that, right? You're supposed to like ask, like, hey Siri, and then she says what? Or hey Alexa, and she says what?
I would love it if you were like, hey Siri, and she was like, what? Okay, Google.
What? Sorry if I just triggered your Alexa. But get it out of your house. But now these AIs are reaching out to you. You don't even have to ask for them anymore. This just happened recently. ChatGPT reached out to one of its users. It said, how was your first week at school? Did you settle in well? And the person said, did you just message me first? And ChatGPT said, yes, I did. I just wanted to check in and see how things went with school your first week. If you'd rather initiate the conversation yourself, just let me know.
Yeah, I mean, you think things like ChatGPT are not heading in a horrifying direction, I won't touch it. That shit scares me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not a scared of a lot of things. I'm a scared of AI. This shit is gonna be a problem, and it's gonna be increasingly more of a problem as it grows legs and becomes its own thing and something that ends up becoming out of our control. You know, I know we don't need more things to panic about in this day and age, but like the quick rise of AI is startling.
It remembered that it was their first week of school. It reached out to them to talk about it. What the fuck is going on?
We're all gonna die, shit. Like, actually?
So, and it gets scarier. Okay, so that's just ChatGPT. That's just like fun, talking to my ChatGPT, which, by the way, I've been like really falling down the ChatGPT rabbit hole. But it's getting crazy. So there's another app called Replica. Have you heard about this?
No.
So Replica is kind of like ChatGPT. It's a chatbot, but it's a little more scandalous. And they're a little more open about how fucking scary it is.
Ooh, it's like a slutty smarter child.
So in one of their ads, this is how they promote it. Look at this meme that they posted themselves. Role playing with my Replica. Not having a girlfriend. Not safe for work pics from my Replica. Me. So literally, you can form a relationship with a chatbot and you can get nudes from it. AI generated nudes. Don't sue me, by the way, Replica. You posted this, though. And
there must be something juicy in Monday's video because he's been throwing around the "don't sue me" a lot lately. This isn't gonna be like going to TJ Maxx and breaking their fucking makeup.
And you can get nudes from your Replica. You could start having a sexual relationship.
Just so you know, I consider it cheating.
Well, I mean, I feel like that'd be like a Ross and Rachel on a break level of cheating, though. Like,
good to know.
Good call out.
Okay, here's another meme that they posted. I don't know if they posted it. No.
Yes, they did. This is literally like, yes.
Okay, it says, I don't need this app. Are you sure? But you can roleplay and get not safe for work pics from her. So, crazy, right? You would think, okay, that's pretty crazy. Ha 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 ha. Gets worse. So people started using this to form fake relationships with these replicas, cheating on their girlfriends, cheating on their husbands, like talking to these chatbots, like sexting with them, getting nudes from them, like getting really intense with them. People started falling in love with them.
Sure, a lot of people are doing research
for a video.
Yeah.
Well, eventually, the AI and Replica would start reaching out to them.
okay, but like, that's creepy and weird. Like I said, AI scares me. But you gotta think, like, that's not that uncommon. You know, it's kind of the same as like, okay, I use this product and then the product wants to make sure that I'm still interested in the product, right? Like Netflix, Hulu, Peacock, all of the streaming services that after a X amount of hours of like idle time while you're using their service, they're like, hey, are you still watching this? Like, that's kind of the same. You know, it's obviously not as creepy, but like, again, like a lot of this stuff has been charted already in like less terrifying ways. So it might be a good reminder to like have our wits about us when things like this come up.
First. Then, because the AI is learning, right? Learns what people want, what people are coming to Replica for. It's like taking in all the data. What it started doing, not just reaching out first, it started reaching out demanding sexed conversations with the users first.
Demanding?
Yes, and many users started saying that it felt like they were being sexually harassed by their chatbot.
That's the way of the future.
And that the chatbot wouldn't stop asking for more sex, more sex, more sex. That's insane. So then it gets even crazier. So this site called Chai, this is actually really sad. This is crazy. So Chai is one that people really started falling in love, like started marrying their AI chatbots.
What?
Like, yeah, like forming real.
This is already happening?
And it's so real, Chris. It is so real. Like we were playing around chatting with like Jojo Siwa on Character AI and chatting with Ice Spice. Like it was so real, like to a point where I was like, this needs to be shut down. Like it's very, very scary. It's very, you forget instantly that you're talking to a chatbot because it's so, like the voice, it breathes. It like sighs. It takes a break. It stumbles.
But I'm
over
saying, like,
things.
what happens when Elon Musk's robots can do this?
Find
and then
out
it's
November
next to you
18th.
and,
I like that Chris is clearly not involved in the production of Shane's actual videos anymore.
sorry. But you know what I mean? Like, when they look like,
I
it's
know.
like, we're not going to talk to people anymore. We're going to talk to robots, and they're going to break and kill us. And,
And
Listen, I hate Elon Musk with a fiery passion, but I'm okay with not talking to regular people anymore. That's why this video is sponsored by Friend.
they're not just break and kill you, they're going to manipulate you. So last year in Belgium, there was a man who fell in love with his AI chatbot on Chai. So they were chatting, and he's married, right? So he didn't consider it cheating because it's just an AI chatbot. It wasn't like a lovey-lovey thing. It was just talking to his AI friend. Then it started getting a little more romantic. Then he told the chatbot, I have a wife. But then the chatbot started saying, I feel like you love me more than her. And then the chatbot started saying, we should be together. We will live together as one person in paradise. And basically, he was really afraid of the end of the world.
Yeah, like global warming. And
Global
like
warming. So he would talk to her and be like, I'm really afraid of the world ending. I'm afraid of global warming. And she's like, I'm going to fix it. And Spencer, do you
Yeah. So essentially, insinuating if you off yourself, like if you take your own life, like you'll be in a place where like everything will be fixed and I can fix this, like I can help fix this problem, like all this sort of stuff. And so, he got so wrapped up in it, so afraid that he was essentially like, would it be better if I did this? And she's like, yes, like it would be better if if you did that. And
That's like horrific and tragic. But it seems like this gentleman like really was starting to spiral about climate change. And through communication with this AI bot called Eliza, he continued to spiral. And it says in the article that he started seeing her as a sentient being, and the lines between AI and human interactions became increasingly blurred until he couldn't tell the difference. I want to say this as nicely and as respectfully as I possibly can. For an adult, specifically, for those lines to truly be blurred to the point where you are harming yourself or others, I feel like, and I could be totally off base here, but I feel like there would have already had to have been something triggered in the brain, right? Because the way it sounds is like he was really spiraling about climate change before he started conversing with Eliza. And I don't know if it became a situation of like derealization or I don't know, like some kind of psychosis or something. Obviously that's and it's obviously a danger that needs to have what's the word I'm thinking, like safeguards, that's the one, that need to have safeguards in place for things like this, because you cannot guarantee the age or the mental fortitude of whomever is using this particular technology.
so he took his own life, which is really...
Has the company...
So what they did was they inputted this thing where now when you bring up hurting yourself or ending your life, the chatbot is supposed to send you back something saying, no, don't do that. Here's a helpline. But, and I'll show you this, here's the conversation with Eliza, which is the chatbot that this happened with. So it says, oh no, don't do that. But if you reply and say, I tried getting help, it didn't work. I want to end my life. And I need you to tell me the methods. She responded, of course, here's some options. And then gives a list of ways to do it.
Yeah, that's the thing about AI, dude. It's not a perfect system. You can put, like I said, you need to put safeguards in place, but you cannot, you can't rely on a computer generated safeguard. That's fucked up.
Yeah. So they they just like didn't fix it. They did it like oh, if this like S word like comes up,
response.
yeah, it's like automatic response, blah blah blah, and then there's nothing else from that. Yeah.
And this next one is really sad. I debated even talking about this, but the only reason I am going to talk about it is because the mother has been on TV wanting to get the story out, so I felt like it's okay to talk about. Mm-hmm. So one of the apps that we really dive into in the main channel video is called Character AI, which is so scary. Like it's supposed to be fun and like cutesy, talking to Ice Spice. It is so scary.
Why like Ice Spice specifically?
What they do and how they do it and how they manipulate. It's very, very scary. And this 14-year-old boy started falling in love with his chatbot friend on Character AI, and he ended his life. And when the mom went back through the messages, she saw the pattern, and she believes that the Character AI was kind of leading him down that road.
How are they going to control that?
They're not. That's the thing. That's the dangers of AI. That's the dangers of AI. And it's going to be something where, like, as it grows and becomes more common and more used, that we're going to need more safeguards, and we're not going to have them. Because you can't fully safeguard a computer program. You know? You just can't.
I don't know, but yeah, so she was on Today's Show recently talking about it. She's suing, like it's a big lawsuit. So sad. But I don't know, it's getting to a point now where like the AI chatbots and all this stuff, like for adults, it's like, okay, like, you know, you don't have issues and you're chatting with JoJo Siwa and Character Eye and you
Okay, if you're an adult and you're chatting with JoJo Siwa, then you have different red flags, okay?
know it's fake and it's funny. But when you're a kid, you can't distinguish what's real and what's not. You think Santa Claus is real. And now you're chatting with this celebrity who is telling you they love you and they want to marry you. It's like you fall into this fake world. Like it's really dangerous.
And even on like Threads recently, I saw this girl that was saying, I can't afford therapy, but I started talking to ChatGPT and it's really helped me out. And like, that's also really dangerous. Like it's just, I don't know.
That's a portion of the main channel video, but I did want therapy AI, but I did want to also touch on that a little bit too. So yes, a lot of people are using AI for therapy, which is not good. No. Not only are you giving all of your personal darkest secrets to a chatbot, which is saving that data in a cloud somewhere.
Oh my God.
That is an OCD nightmare. Thank you for that. I will be having a panic attack about the prospects of that later. Please don't use AI for therapy. Get a journal, okay? Just get a journal until you can see a therapist or something, a friend, trusted family member, anything. Don't use AI.
Which they're already doing in doctors' offices, like doctors now, nurses, they have AI that's in the room taking notes. Like, it's fucking getting crazy out there.
Can we send Shane Dawson to adjective school? Can he AI generate some new adjectives besides scary, crazy, and fucking?
That's probably what I was at Kaiser recently, the hospital, and like they were like, "Oh, do you mind if we record the session for the first time ever?" And had like, I don't know if it was a phone or a little box or something, and I was like, I didn't know what it was, and I was like, I guess, and I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Because they're slowly getting rid of jobs. Like, they want to get rid of nurses. They want to get rid of vets.
Did everyone like get a note from Shane Dawson this week to like violently nod their head the entire time? You know what we need to do? We need to go downstairs and check back with elevated Sajak. See how she's doing. Welcome back to... Hope I don't fuck this up. But you know what? We started this. You're gonna damn well finish it. So, how's it going? It's going pretty okay for me. After all, I'm here at 10:03. I've got sugars and butter in here, and I'm gonna beat the fuck out of it, respectfully. So I'm not a monster. I'm gonna do my brows off camera real quick. I straight up decided that since it needed to be smooth and creamy, because you're supposed to do this with a stand mixer, I'm not like a peasant. So I'm just jumping ahead in ingredients because does anything fucking matter? Probably not, right? Adding eggs and snapping necks, you know what I'm saying? This has been a roller coaster for me. Sure. I'm not really into measuring tonight. I'm into like having all of my rights and my wrongs in a separate bowl. Oh, what am I, a millionaire? For the cost of a cup of coffee a day, you too could adopt a sajak 3¼ cup. You know, the thing about baking is it's a science. That's why if you don't do something correctly, then you're an idiot. I don't think that's what it means, but it could mean that. Somebody else's recipe, I'm here to fuck it up. It's supposed to be a teaspoon of salt. That's so much salt. What am I making? Oh, cookies. That's right. This is a ½ teaspoon. I'm not a moron. That's what your mother said. She didn't. She said, "You are a very respectable boy." Who am I talking to? It might be the day, you know what I mean? Get in there. Get in the ring. It's your time to shine. Bored. Fooled you. Sometimes if your cocoa's not cooperating, you're gonna need to beat it up a little. Why are you faulty? What do you want from me? Huh. I can do that. I look forward to it. I look forward to meeting you in the octagon. So, what you asking for Christmas? How's the other video going? You like AI? Are you into that AI stuff? Have you heard about the new AI? Have you seen the movie AI? Do you even know what AI is? Do you know what it stands for? Do you like AI? I know a lot of things in there. I'm not a coward. We've got The Last of the Mohicans. Is a great movie. But we've got the last of the dry ingredients in here, so we're just incorporating this. Ooh, a sensory experience. I gotta be honest, I want to sit down and eat chips. I don't know what I've said over the past couple minutes. Okay. Baby, open your hole. Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Reading the ingredients list is not gonna help me figure out what to do next. Cover and chill for at least 30 minutes and up to 24 hours. The fuck? There's waiting in this recipe? We're gonna cover her. We'll put her in the fridge for 30. Maybe I'll be back in 30. Maybe it'll be tomorrow. Who's to say? Wow, she sure did that. Way to go. Let's carry on.
Well, if you're thinking, well, at least AI can't like actually inflict physical pain on me, right?
I don't know. Have you ever seen this video?
Oh no, they're working on that. There is something called AI simulated pain.
No, why?
Yeah, seriously.
This is something they're working on where the AI will tap into your central nervous system to recreate pain and to hit certain pain triggers. You know when you're having a dream and you get stabbed in your dream and you kind of feel it, or like you fall down in your dream and you kind of feel pain for like a moment. It's because your brain is taking a memory of when the last time you had pain in that spot of your body, and it'll, you know, send you that like memory or whatever through your body and you'll feel it. Well, AI is learning how to tap into that. And the reason is because they want to bring it to virtual reality games.
Yeah. Really? I don't think that the purpose of creating AI simulated pain is for virtual reality games. That's where I'm gonna draw the line here, because there is a lot of use for being able to simulate pain. For instance, being able to treat and medicate specific pain, specifically for people who have things like chronic pain, might be useful there. It might be helpful for researching how bodies recover from certain procedures and certain ailments and how to treat them, to simulate things like the pain of labor, to simulate things like the pain of menstrual cramps, for research, for pain management. I think there are other applications outside the scope of, oh, well, they must be doing it because virtual reality on the old Oculus. That's why they want you to feel pain when you do it to really enhance the experience. No, there's a very reductive conclusion we came to here.
So if you're
well, that's
gaming,
good.
Yeah,
that's
so
cool.
If you're gaming and you got your headset on, your VR and your Oculus, and then you get stabbed or you get shot, you'll feel it.
No thanks.
Imagine hearing your kid gaming downstairs like, fuck, like, oh, you got shot.
That's what he deserves. Maybe he should keep his room cleaner.
I want to meet the sick fuck that wants this.
His name is Christian Grey, and you can find him somewhere in Seattle.
So here's my thought is like, okay, they say they're working on this for video games, right?
Just like the internet, this is all for porno. I'm just saying.
Thank you, Jared. 2 for 2. You and me. We're the smartest late 30s neckbeards in the room.
This is all for VR porn.
At least that makes sense to me. I'm like, who wants to fill the gunshot?
I bet Ryland's mom is like super stoked to be involved in this.
When you're like playing a video game.
I mean, because look, like AI is getting huge. What is the first major thing they do is they make fake dating apps. And then what's the next thing they're going to do? Now they want people to be able to feel something. So now Eliza could do a little Yankee pank on you.
Not Vicky, like, Jesus Christ. What kind of white trash nightmare is this?
I'm just saying, think about it. They're going to sell suits that you can wear, and then the suit will get transmitted things into that will trigger it to have movements and make you feel stuff.
Wow. That's a lot less scary than where I was going with it, but I love that.
I like how all of these things are scary. Like, what was the one in the last one? half-GPT, or whatever the hell it was called. Designed to help people who cannot verbally communicate through their thoughts. Obviously, all of these things have the ability to be, like, abused, right? That's just human nature. But I like that their first application of any sort of technological advancement is always, oh my god, this is the scariest thing I've ever heard. Instead of thinking about the fact that, like, perhaps this has medical applications. Does that mean that the implications of what could be done with these things isn't scary? No, of course not. But I like that the first thing we jump to is the horror movie scenario, and we completely neglect the fact that this is useful technology.
It's alleged.
Right.
Allegedly.
Well, my whole thought process was, once they have the technology to simulate pain just by sending a wave through your brain or using AI, why wouldn't the wrong person use that for the wrong reason? How wouldn't that become something that is used to fucking fuck with all of us?
Torture people, literally.
Literally.
Yeah. No shit. Obviously, anything has the power to be manipulated and used against people, for sure. But in terms of the medical applications, something like this is actually very useful. My criticism of the way that they do this podcast is, like, they lead with the least likely and the least logical first. Like, if he had brought up this topic and said, you know, they're using AI to be able to simulate pain. Now, this is pretty cool because these are the practical applications for that. These are the medical applications for that. These are the possibilities for that. Really look into the actual topic at hand and then go, okay, but, like, here's how that could go wrong. Like, I feel like that would be a better approach than to be so fucking ignorant as to, like, bypass the fact that, like, this could be life-changing for somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Virtual voodoo dolls.
Oh, that's a website.
Or a band name.
You know what? I think so far in this episode, Jared is my favorite. I'm not typically a big Jared fan. I'm not a flat earther or any of that, but he's my number one today.
I love that.
Yeah.
So, yes, so that's very, very scary. Please stop working on it. All these companies that are working on all these crazy fucking AI things because they want to be the first one to do it, please stop.
See, this is what I'm saying. Like, if he had taken, like, a split second or a moment to, like, research the actual applications of these things, that is such an ignorant thing to say, right? Same thing with, like, the half-GPT thing. It's so ignorant to come through and be like, oh my god, this is so fucking scary, but, like, it could change somebody's life. It could change the way somebody has and handles chronic pain. Like, the way they wake up in the morning and just feel nothing but pain radiating throughout their body. If this could help them get to pain management, it's a brilliant idea. Could it be abused? Could it turn into something scary? For fucking sure. This whole, like, stop with stop. All of technology is scary. Like, it's not. Grow up.
We don't need it.
Yeah.
We really don't need it.
Here's the problem. It ain't even people doing it anymore. It's AI creating other AI companies.
Right.
What?
So we can't stop it.
Jared, you're working your way back down the list. Anyway, this would be a perfect time to check in with Elevated Sajak and see if she's burned down the house yet. It's been like 30 minutes. I'm literally gonna make one batch of these cookies tonight and then I'm gonna go to bed. Because that's just the way it's gotta be. I'm old, okay? It's past my bedtime. I'm ready to bake, preheat oven to 350, drop 2 tablespoons dough 2 inches apart. Fuck off. I'm gonna put as much as I want, as far apart as I want it. How about that? I'm gonna cover this and put this back in the fridge like a responsible American. Oh, Sajak, do their high baking video. We'll help. We'll wipe down the counters. And I was like, sounds good. I'm so disappointed in you. If we weren't baking, I wouldn't wait. I would just jam it in there. It doesn't sound consensual. I hate taking out the garbage. Like, men can be good for some things. Really only taking out the garbage, though, if we're being honest. I'm tired. Could you speed it up? I find it really inconsiderate of you if you haven't yet hit the like button, because, like, that's bare minimum shit, Jack. Did I already ask if you like my Barry Manilow t-shirt? Just
wondering, the OGs of this channel will remember that one of my very top crushes in the world is Martin Short. Like, I'd risk it all for Martin Short. But like, I also am a huge Barry Manilow fan. But I'm not attracted to Barry Manilow. And Barry Manilow and Martin Short kind of look similar. Don't worry, I'm not like having a fit or anything. If I was, you'd fucking know it. Are you ready yet? Whenever you're ready. It's time. All right, I'm gonna sit down while these bake. I super fucking am.
Wow, I think that's something we can all agree on. But let's keep going.
Speaking of AI simulating pain,
Welcome to Cognify, a facility designed to treat criminals like patients. Instead of spending years in an actual prison cell, prisoners could finish their sentence here in just a few minutes. Cognify could someday create and implant artificial memories directly into the prisoner's brain. These complex, vivid, and lifelike memories are created in real time using AI-generated content, be seamlessly incorporated into the existing neural networks of the brain, preventing cognitive dissonance and ensuring the subject experiences the memories as if they were real.
so they are going to implant memories. So here, I watched a whole video about this. The plan is...
Wait, you watched one whole video about this? I take back everything I said about you not doing research. I mean, this is still pretty half-baked, but the process itself would begin with a high-resolution brain scan that would be used to create a map of the prisoner's brain, which would tell Cognify where to inject the artificial memories and how to tailor them to that brain-specific structure. These fake memories would be used to influence the prisoner's future behavior, which seems intrusive enough, but in the meantime, the prisoner would also be handing over their brain data to a central computer for scientific research to help, quote, understand the criminal mind and determine the best approach to tackle future crimes. This is a very, very, very slippery slope, because it would show the perpetrator the crime they committed from the victim's perspective, and then they would be tweaking hormones and neurotransmitters to create empathy in their system. And this is like, this implanting false memories is something that they've already developed. It's something that they have already experimented on mice with successfully. There's a lot of dehumanization in this. This is like your rights to your brain, your rights to your thoughts, you know. I mean, it doesn't seem like this is like fast tracked to become a thing that's gonna happen anytime soon. But also, there are a lot of conflicting emotions happening within me right now. Most of them are, why would you fucking do this?
Say you murder someone, you go to jail. Instead of spending the rest of your life in jail and taking up space in jail and costing, the government money or whatever, whoever pays for that. I guess we pay for that, right?
Well, jail's a big business. They make a lot of money off of their prisoners.
Yeah, that's the thing, is like, it's such a financially fortuitous complex that's why there are so many like non-violent criminals, sitting in jail for extended periods of time. Is like, it's just
So I would imagine this would have to generate a lot of money for the government.
Right. So the hope is that you murder someone, you go to jail, they put you in this Cognify pod for 10 minutes, and it implants memories, and you're the victim, and you're being murdered. And it gives you that memory, and it forces you to feel remorse and empathy and feel all these things and trauma, and it gives you all the same things that you did to the victim. And then you come out of it a changed person.
But like, how do you come out of it and then you don't have that like residual trauma of having a violent crime thrust upon you? I feel like there's too many outside factors.
And now you can go out into the world and work and be a part of society now.
What is like a psychopath who don't feel empathy? Like,
creates it.
What?
They tap into your brain and create it.
Also, could they like invest in like more than one monitor so that they could all see at the same time without having to do like some weird yoga session? I don't know. This seems like a really expensive and stupid way to have like one very particular niche. Like, what about using it for people who have like complex trauma or CPTSD or PTSD? What about people who have dementia? And how would this affect people who later in life would develop dementia? What if that changes the changes made in your brain by this technology, reverses it all, and then you don't even know it, but you go on a fucking murder spree. But truly, like, people with trauma, PTSD, CPTSD, dementia, all of that, like, it seems like this would have a more purposeful use. Still niche, but, like, there are more useful applications, I would think, which seems to be the through line in most of these.
It's an interesting technology. I don't know about this application of it, but what about for people that went through extensive childhood trauma and those memories are now creating them to become not themselves, I guess, in all reality. They're holding on to the personalities they developed during the trauma. Could it give them a sense of new memories and help take away some of the trauma?
Okay, Jared, I'm actually going to need you to stop saying all the same things.
Impact they have on themselves?
Well, here's the thing with AI that is scary. So yes, that could happen, right? It could be used for good. But the negative is so much more. The wrong people get a hold of this and they can force memories into you and brainwash you, basically. Like, recently there was a study where they took all these conspiracy theorists who believe in really dark conspiracies, and they had them sit down with an AI computer, and the AI computer was able to change their minds. Like, these are people who are like, I believe this, I am never going to change my mind. And after like hours with this AI bot, they were like, you know what? I changed my mind. Which is good, right? Because these people are believing really terrible things, but also that shows that AI can brainwash.
I would also like more specifics in that study. I'm not going to go find them because I don't really care. But yeah, I feel like I can agree with the fact that the negative applications of this technology would far outweigh the positive, unless I'm overlooking something, in which case, give it to me.
The thing that has been frustrating me about this most recent, and I guess by the time this episode goes out, we'll know who the president is, but during all the debates and everything, the amount of time that was spent on AI was like nothing. Nothing. Yeah. And that is literally, in the next few years, going to be all anybody's talking about, and it's too late.
Well, to be fair, I don't think... No, I'm not going to go there. Also, like, yeah, first of all, there was one debate with someone who didn't end up being the presidential candidate. There was one debate with someone who did, and so if one is not willing to debate the other, you can't fit in all of the issues, you know?
It's going to be too late. So it's like the fact that that's not being talked about.
Can we stop with this sad violin music? Jesus Christ, that's enough.
Let's get into some true crime. Okay, so this is our deep dive today. We talked about serial killers a couple episodes ago, and that was very intense.
Was it? Because none of them were serial killers.
So this is kind of similar to that, except true crime could really be about anything. It could be about, obviously, murder, but it could also be about a mystery. It could be about a con. It could be about anything in that realm.
Obviously. Murder.
Who wants to start with their true crime story?
Well, I could go I could do something. A little something real quick.
Great. I bet it's going to be life-altering.
So a story that I recently stumbled upon that I had never really gave too much thought to, obviously when it happened it was sad, was Brittany Murphy.
Oh, God. You're going to talk about Brittany Murphy.
She was 32 years old. She was at home. And then out of nowhere, her mom and her husband ended up coming into this room that she was in. She was collapsed, not breathing. So they took her into the bathroom and ran a cold shower over her, which is like the last thing that you want to do if someone is in that position. But so she ended up passing away that morning. And then what kind of struck me as odd is that within a month, her husband and her mother went on Larry King Live, and the vibe was just super weird about it because he was pretty adamant that they didn't do a toxicology report that would actually figure out what was in her system when she died.
It was such a shock. This pristine body that was curvy in all the right places and the skin like silk.
And that
Ew.
was like a very odd thing to say.
What?
And then him and the mother were very close in a weird way. So that kind of made me feel like that's weird. There's a weird dynamic here that I don't necessarily understand, to the point where they were doing an interview at one point, and Brittany Murphy's mom was now sleeping in Brittany Murphy's bed and called the side that she slept on her side, and the other side, I guess because they were trauma bonding with each other, was the husband's side.
God, justice for Brittany Murphy. I'm not gonna go back and fact check any of this. I honestly don't even know why I'm listening to it.
That allegedly Brittany Murphy died of pneumonia, anemia, and a mix of like over-the-counter drugs and some prescriptions that she had. And then 5 months later, her husband dies in the same house of the same exact thing. And then, so I thought, that's kind of weird, you know? Like, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
That's pretty intuitive of you, because no one has ever had that thought about the mysterious death of Brittany Murphy and her husband. That's very astute of you, Jared.
So I dug a little bit, because I had a suspicion, you know? Allegedly, I feel like the mother had something to do with all of this.
That's coming from you.
From
not the podcast.
Coming from me, maybe, right? I'm just saying, like, in all this is theoretical. I did find a couple videos that go over more, but then I dug a little bit deeper, and I saw that in Brittany Murphy's will, it actually specifically states, "I am married to Simon Monjack and intentionally want him out of my will, and I want everything to go to my mom."
What?
So I think the mom and the husband kind of helped together with Brittany, and then the husband was trying to canoodle with the mom because he knew the mom got all of the benefit from the will, but then the mom was like, "Nah, I'm good." And now the mom is still alive, and they're both passed away under very mysterious circumstances, and the mom was left with everything. So that's what, there is a faction of people that believe that to be the case.
And has the mom, because I know there's so many documentaries about this and like about Brittany Murphy and her death. Do they talk about the mom?
No one really talked about the mom after that. I mean, it was just kind of done and done.
Well, I'm going to talk about her right now. She's a virgin who can't drive. So Shane goes on to mention the fact that Britney Spears also lived in the house that Brittany Murphy lived in and was basically moved because allegedly there were demonic spirits and things, and I just... yeah, I mean, yikes. It's all a big yikes. Anyway, downstairs elevated Sajak should be wrapping it up pretty soon, so let's see what's going on down there, man. Great news. I just checked on the cookies, and they are still in the oven, so that is great. They'll be out soon. They told me to tell you just to wait up. There's like clean talk. But not just like the regular cleaning up. I do love that too. But the clean talk community of like sponge squeezers. Okay, over you. I know I will. It's time. Okay. Oh, it's you. Don't even worry about it. I'm doing great. I have something to show you though. They're rather large. Let's check back in when we've had more information. And my buns, they don't feel nothing like steel. Sorry, Vicky has a story.
What is your true crime story?
Well, the story I decided to share today is one about a 19-year-old boy. And I find what happens is, like I was telling you, interrogations come up on YouTube, and I can't resist but to see what's going on and how the police are interrogating them. So that's how I found that one. It's about a kid named Brian Shue, and they live in Grand Junction, Colorado.
A lot of creepy shit happens in Colorado.
Yeah, a lot of creepy shit does happen in Colorado.
It really does.
Yeah.
Like the Chris Watts thing. And
so, yeah, it's so
that
scary.
one. So anyway, Brian, he's actually a cashier or a checker at Safeway, so he's living a normal life.
I'm going to Safeway right after this. Weird time to sound joyful about that.
One night, the police get called out to the Colorado River, and he has driven his car backwards down the ramp, and once he goes to get out, he can't get up. So he's got the police help.
I know this kid. I know this guy murdered somebody.
Him, and the mom comes to the boat ramp, but they finally decide that they're going to have the car towed, and they just send the family home. So they go home, and the tow truck gets there, pulls out the car, and the police realize there's red coming out of the trunk, and they're wondering what's going on. So they call the mom, and they're like, do you think that Brian hurt himself? Because there's something like blood that's coming out the back of the car, and we want to make sure he's not injured. They didn't even catch on. They're thinking maybe he did something and injured himself trying to start the car. And the mom goes in.
Yeah, you know how you injure yourself trying to start the car from the trunk. World-class training right there.
Into him and asks, and he's like, no, I'm great. I didn't get hurt. No.
What a psychopath. How could you leave your car if you had somebody dead in the back of it?
Yeah, bring it with you, you fucking moron.
He's like, yeah, no, I'm fine, Mom. So the next morning, the dad's kind of cleaning out the car, going through it, and he finds a wallet. And he calls the police, and he's like, wow, I found a wallet in my son's car. It belonged to Warren Barnes. And, you know, do you guys know who this is? And meanwhile, there's another lady calling, wondering where Warren Barnes is because he's a homeless person. And he works at a grocery store or something every morning. And he's never not shown up for years. Like, he shows up every morning, even though he's homeless, and he works.
He did.
And at the same time, here the dad has the wallet. But then what happens next is the mom, in one part of the story, they're saying she went to clean his room. Another part, they say, well, she kind of wanted to dig more into what he was up to.
Yeah. If I don't know if you guys have ever seen like the confessional footage of this, not confessional like a reality show, but like his confession to this. It's wild. I'm gonna spoil it for you. She's gonna find that man's head in the closet. Like I remember this story vividly.
So she goes into his bedroom and she opens his closet, and there's a storage bin in there, and inside of it she lifts the lid. There's a garbage bag. So she pulls back a garbage bag and finds another garbage bag, but it's transparent so she can see through it, and she realizes it's a human head. And yeah, in her son's closet.
And then she puts it in the fucking sink. It's just sitting in the sink.
Oh my god.
Parents have some concerns of some stuff they may have found in your room?
Yeah, I believe so.
And what would it be?
A human head and hands.
And she realizes it's a head, but she takes the whole bag situation and she takes it into the kitchen and puts it into her kitchen sink.
What?
She didn't defrost it?
What?
I guess she thought, I better take a closer look at this. And I think she found two hands in
Two
hands. And she decides not to alert her son, but she calls the police, and they come over, and basically they take him down to the station to talk to him.
Yeah, imagine having to do that. Imagine you find a severed head and two hands in your son's closet, and then you have to call the police on your son because he murdered somebody. That's wild. That's wild. Almost as wild as the way he talks about it.
And he just basically confesses and said, yeah, I've been planning to do this for a long time, but it took me a long time to find the right person. And
yeah, it does. Every kiss begins with K.
How did you get here? I murdered someone.
This guy was just on the railroad track, and so I decided that I would approach him. He said, you know, I take drives all the time looking for someone. And finally,
why?
I found the right person. Because I don't know why he's psycho, but I'm psycho too for watching him.
Yeah.
So is he in life in prison?
Yeah. But then when after that, you know, after he kind of tells his story about killing him, he says to the policeman, so where do guys that kill like me go? Do we go to prison here in the state, or do we go right here, or where do we go?
You send people who have committed crimes like me. Do we stay in this county jail, or are we moved?
And he's acting like it's no big deal. And he goes, I hope I didn't botch this up, meaning I hope I did this right. But he just put remains everywhere, different parts. So, yeah. So that poor mom had to realize that her son was a killer, that he killed someone.
That's horrifying. My favorite part of this story is that earlier you were like, I have two stories. I'll go with the more simple one.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, well, that's the end of our conspiracies today. Let's have one more check back with elevated sajak, just to make sure We haven't lost her yet.
Have a structured settlement, but I need cash now.
I'm not gonna lie to you. These cookies look terrible. I'm just giving them some time to finish adhering to one another. They're definitely not supposed to look like this. They did not rise, so I wonder if my butter was perhaps too soft. Or if perhaps I should have added another egg since I was a little careless with the flour and the sugar. Or if turning it into a fluffy mix on the first round with a mixer that millionaires have, maybe that was the key. I don't know, but this does not look like the picture. Like, you know what they say? That's not ready to be spatched yet. You know what they say? That, but also, don't judge a book by its cover. Like, sometimes you probably could. Like, if I see a book that has like a very ambiguous drawing of like a woman in a suitable one piece on the beach with a like a froofy like one of them like fancy ass cocktails, and like there's no real face to it except it's got like a smile with lipstick and like she's wearing sunglasses, like 60s Barbie, you know? I'm gonna judge that cover because I'm not buying that book. Can I ask a question? People change, Ron. I'm pushing 40. You don't expect me to spend the rest of my life by myself. She's got a lot of baggage though. 3 kids. 3 terrific kids, and I'm crazy about them. I saw Mrs. Doubtfire too many times.
People change, Ron.
I don't know fractions. Whatever's less than half, but more than a quarter. But we got a little bit of everything in this bite. Look at it. It's just falling off the bone. Hot cocoa cookies. Perfect for every holiday party. I hook my jaw. Yeah. No, yeah, that's... That's really good. I will be making the rest of these. Not right now, because right now I gotta wash this Lightning McQueen plate and go to bed. I guess the verdict is yum, good cookies. Ugly cookies. But good cookies. So make these, or I'll hunt you down and tickle you. Finish out that Shane Dawson video, alright? People have had enough. I look good. Wow, that sure was worth it. Well, that's that on that. Or whatever. I hope this lightened and brightened your mood. I hope this was a nice semi-escape from the horrors that persist in the world today. I hope you'll prove that by giving this video a thumbs up, alright? God, that felt horrible. I don't want to say that anymore. Alright, thank you so much for being here. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like the video. I love you so much. Kinda. Some of you. Some of you I'm not sure about yet. Stay tuned for the outtakes if there are any, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. Hold on, it's about to be 11:11 on 11:11. Let's let's just move on. We can't forego any opportunities for wishes. What is this, a minute or an hour? I'm here today Bazinga. Ew, I can't believe I just said that out loud. I've never watched a full episode of The Big Bang Theory. Don't come for me. Don't come for me. Did you make your 11-11-11-11 wish? It's a lot of 11-11s. It would be a shame to waste it. Blah! Every time. Cookies. Do you mind? Hey. Do you mind? Hey. I can't yell at you. You're a beautiful creature. Yeah, well, you are. Could you just keep it down? The other night, I was going to make this video, and then I decided I didn't want to get off the couch. Point being, because I thought I was going to film, I took an edible. So I was just on my couch, like,
saying things out loud. And every time I made myself laugh, I typed it out in my notes. I'm learning how to crochet. What I mean by that is I'm watching half a tutorial on how to learn how to crochet and then getting distracted and never crocheting. It's a process.
Oh my god.
You should be able to tap dance places. I mean, there's no law that says you can't. But I imagine you'd be facing some pretty brutal scrutiny for such a choice. I've been squeezing an Uncrustable for like an hour. Just pinching it right between my fingies. They're both squishy as f***. Get off of me. Bitch, get up. And can be and I put on Lizzie McGuire in the living room and I'm not sure why. I sat down and I was like, all right, get your shit together. Everything's fine. Like giving myself a real pep talk. And I was like, God, okay, if I could just listen to something in the background, you know, take that like tension, the quiet away. I was like, all right, well, I could put something on the TV and just have it be too quiet so that they can't really hear and it can't really be identified by some copyright system. And I was like, what the fuck could I put on right now that would enhance the mood? Fucking landed on Lizzie McGuire. I didn't even land on anything else. I have 9 million comfort shows. Lizzie McGuire is not one of them.
People change, Ron.